When should you leave the Philippines? Or should you leave the Philippines? We're going to talk about that right now. You ready? Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, what's up? It's JJ, the Lonely Bull in Asia, here in Da Nang, Vietnam, right on the beach, baby. Beach, baby, beach, baby. Give me your hand. This is the best place to be from July to the end of September. That's the high season. Little song reference there for those Gen Xers like me. All right, so you're in the Philippines. Should you leave or should you stay? If you have a Philippine girlfriend or a wife and family, then you should not leave the Philippines, unless that was your plan all along, to get her that visa and move back to your home country or wherever. I'm talking mostly about leaving the Philippines for another destination in Southeast Asia, like Thailand or here in Vietnam. But if you've got a family there and you're settled down and you're living a happy life, then by all means don't leave. Stay where you're at. If you are an expat or somebody that's just staying for an extended period of time in the Philippines, and you're doing it for the main reason that you want to date young Filipina, young Asian girls, don't leave the Philippines. Stay where you're at. The dating pool is much deeper in the Philippines than anywhere else in Southeast Asia. So you're better off to stay right where you're at. If you like living in a place where English is spoken in most areas and you don't have a problem with conversing with the locals, then the Philippines is probably where you should be. So don't leave. Stay in the Philippines if a language barrier is going to be an issue with you, because you're going to have more problems anywhere else you go than in the Philippines. If you've got a place already, a house, you own a house or you own a condo and you're settled in, probably not a good idea to uproot and move away from the Philippines. You probably should just stay there. Now, let's talk about some other things. I can't even see my screen, so I don't know if I'm in it or not. If, I'm going to turn around and use my other hand, walk back this way. If you are finding out that the cost of living is getting higher in the Philippines than you're used to, and maybe your monthly income is getting eaten up a little bit more than what you would normally want or what normally would happen, then maybe you should look at other options as far as moving out of the Philippines. Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, those are all cheaper options than the Philippines. If you're tired of the food in the Philippines not being up to where your standards are, then maybe you should move to another country where they're more known for better food, like Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia. If you aren't in Southeast Asia strictly for dating, if dating's not your number one priority, then maybe you can leave the Philippines, because you don't need to worry about dating as much as some others. So you can move to other countries like Thailand and Vietnam or wherever, and yeah, you can still date, but it's going to be a little harder. But if dating's not your number one priority, that doesn't matter. You know, if you have other priorities like food, cost of living, ease of transportation, things like that, if dating's farther down your list of what's important to you, then maybe it's time to move out of the Philippines. If you're tired of brownouts, sorry sir, unavailable, transportation issues, infrastructure, the cost of renting going up, maybe it's time to look at other options and go to Thailand, or come here to Vietnam, or maybe go to Cambodia. Cambodia is like the Philippines, I'm thinking, but maybe a little cheaper right now. Cambodia may be like the Philippines was 10 years ago or 15 years ago. So if you moved to the Philippines back then and you're thinking now, the Philippines has changed, it's not what it was when I got here and I miss that, maybe check out Cambodia. Maybe that's a better option for you. I don't know. I've never been to Cambodia. I left the Philippines because it got a little small for me being in BGC, and I've been to a lot of the province areas, so I knew what that was like, and that's not the type of living I want. I like the city life. BGC was too small and too much of a hassle to get out of there and travel other places in Metro Manila or in the Philippines, so that's why I went to Bangkok. Bangkok's easy to get around. It's a lot bigger. There's more things to do. The food's better. So there you go. That was my reason. What's your reason? What's your reason for staying? What's your reason for leaving? Because I know a lot of my subscribers, they love it in the Philippines. And I got nothing against that. I love the Philippines. It's one of my favorite countries that I've lived in. But like I said, it was just time for me to go. And dating isn't number one on my list. So I didn't need that. If dating's number one on your list, you may need to be in the Philippines, especially if it's more of an age gap thing. So let me know in the comments why you're staying, why you're going, what your reasonings are. As always, like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Working up to 16,000 subscribers. I'm hopefully, but before I leave Vietnam, before I leave Da Nang, I'll hit that 16,000 mark, and we'll have a little celebration here in Da Nang, maybe right on the beach. But as always, wherever you go, live life, my friend. We'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.